I love the hustle, man.
On that note, Ram, we back with another video. I do go by the name of Stealth. We got Dope Boy Bush. What's happening with my boy, man?
What's up with it? What's up with it?
Yes, sir. We back, man. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys running up those last two videos, man. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before we hit the next NBA season. You know, hey, we shooting for a goal. We think we could do it. You guys are helping us out, man. We're almost at 400 right now. So keep running it up. Also, drop your comments on our videos. Let us know what you want to see next. Any topics you guys want us to cover. Anything you think we could improve on. Anything you think we could work on. You know, I know we've gotten some feedback about the audio. We're working on that. You know, for my guys. Hey, I got a nice little shiny SM7B over here. If you guys know, but it's like the standard podcast mic that everybody uses. So you know,
hey, shots being fired this way. Shots being fired.
My brother, he's gonna cop them real soon. But you know, so we are working on that. All jokes aside, we are working on that. But we just hope that you guys bear with us and continue to support us through our growth and through our journey of building this channel up and building this content up, man. So
definitely
just want to say that real quick.
Sure, continue to keep it up.
Yes, please. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the Sacramento Kings. It's the summer. You guys know it's not a whole lot of news going on right now. You know, we kind of got through the draft. We got through free agency. We did trade for DeMar DeRozan, but hasn't been too much going on since then. I don't think we're going to have too much going on until like the season starts, training camp starts in October. So we got a good couple months here till we get some real news and things going on. But we do want to talk about something today. But before we get to that topic, if this is your first time to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Comment on the video, like I said, like the video, support the channel, and it's going to help us grow and, you know what I'm saying, help this thing become bigger and bigger, and who knows where it can go from there. But Sacramento Kings, man, are there any concerns that you guys have? And when I say you guys, I'm talking about the viewers right now and Dope Boy Bush, and we're going to talk about it a bit. Any concerns that you have going into next season? Now, I know at first that before we got DeRozan, that people were kind of, you know, wondering what moves Monte McNair was going to make. So we finally got that done. We finally got DeRozan. You know, Harrison Barnes unfortunately had to move on. Great locker room guy. You know, he definitely was a part of the rebuild. But, you know, things kind of changed, and, you know, we got to upgrade. So Harrison is gone. We have DeRozan. We drafted Devin Carter. Now, that's kind of where I want to start because Devin Carter is hurt right now. He had a torn labrum. And I was like, okay. But the thing about it that got me, that I kind of wanted to talk about today, was apparently he was injured before the draft, and the Kings knew about this. Dalton Connect from Tennessee, 6'6", you know, wing guard, you know, probably could play the three a little bit as well, who the Lakers drafted, was not hurt, and he, you know, was kind of known more nationally to be like, you know, a prolific scorer. He was sitting right there at 13. Let's just start there.
Definitely.
Do you feel like the Kings made a mistake in drafting somebody who's going to be out for 6 months? Again, he's going to be back. They say he's going to recover, make a full recovery. But do you think we could have drafted a guy like Connect to help us right away, knowing that he wasn't injured, you know what I'm saying, knowing he's ready to play coming into the season and training camp? What do you think about that?
Well, you know, I honestly felt like, you know, that the Kings took the best available player to what they felt like would fit for the organization. Now, for me, on the outside looking in, I felt like, and I know I'm probably going to catch a little bit of slack behind this, if Connect was there, they should have took the chances on Dalton. It was more of a proven player. You needed a wing guy, especially when you knew that you were going to go ahead and trade Harrison Barnes because you couldn't run that team back with the same assets they currently had at that time.
Yeah.
So with you looking for a three guy, I felt like he was there.
Or two, three.
In college. Yeah, 2-3. You know, the only knock that I've been hearing through other Kings fans when we talk about this is the fact that, you know, the Kings are looking for defense. And I guess that Dalton didn't really play defense like how Devin Carter plays defense. Okay. So that was like the only, I guess, trade-off between the two. Fair. Is that, you know, the Kings are looking for more defense versus scoring. Okay. So that's probably the reason why they probably passed on Dalton Connect. If it was me, I'd probably say Dalton. I understand that what the Kings are trying to do, but Dalton was there, a better player. I felt like coming out of college, was not hurt because we are just now aware of the whole Devin Carter situation. I didn't know what was going on with him. I didn't know he was hurt. I didn't know he wasn't playing in the Kings summer program they had up there. and then he's definitely not playing in the summer league now.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know until I brought to your attention earlier today, like, hey, no, Carter's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He got that shoulder injury. He's going to be out for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
That 6 months is going to be a big blow, man. I feel like.
Yeah, and
it's a long time.
No, and like I said, I didn't know he was hurt either, and it was kind of interesting to find out because when you told me, I was like, oh, okay, I didn't think nothing of it like too much.
Right.
And I was like, okay, so he'll be out for 6 months. Ah, damn, that kind of sucks. That was kind of like my first reaction. But then, like a day later, I'm like, hey, when did he get hurt? Like, when did he get hurt? So I had to look it up, and I was like, did he get hurt like in summer league? I feel like I saw every game. I was like, no. I'm like, so I had to look it up.
Right.
And it said like, yeah, the Kings knew that he had this situation going on before they drafted him. What do you think about that specifically? Like, do you feel like that's a little irresponsible of the Kings to do that? Or do you feel like they were like, okay, he's going to make a full recovery. We've kind of done the research on the injury. We know he'll be okay. He just might not be able to help us this season until January. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Right. I do feel like they did their due diligence.
Okay.
From the front office down to the coaching staff, they knew what was going on pre-draft. You go through all the workouts, you go through the questioning, psychological answers and things like that, or questions and things like that. So I felt like they were pretty confident in drafting Devin Carter at that position, that once he was fully healthy, that he would come in and fill the role of what Deon first. And now that he's gone through the trade and bringing DeRozan here, I think, or was it DeRozan or was it another trade that he was gone in? It was another trade, right? That Deon was a part of?
He was in the Jalen McDaniels trade for Toronto.
Right. So they knew once they traded him and things of that nature, they had to find somebody to go ahead and fill right on in to where he was at. And then with Carter, he adds a defensive presence. So that gives you, Carter and Keegan Murray as far as your defensive stalwarts that are going to be there. That's going to go ahead and play defense with this, for this team, along with Sabonis as well. So I think they did their due diligence. I think they really went and sat down and thought about it.
Okay.
Probably did the comparisons as far as the film goes. And the characteristics and personal traits. He probably felt like, hey, look, you know what? This might be a better fit for our organization. So let's go ahead and take him at 13. Now, I am kind of surprised, that they would probably go ahead and do something like this. But they probably felt like, hey, look, you know what? We can probably work him up. We probably don't need his presence right now. But eventually, as we get further into the season and deeper into the playoffs, then, yeah, look, you know what? We're going to go ahead and need you to fill in for this role here. Can you go ahead and do it? And will you be able to go ahead and do it?
I do wonder what they're going to do with him being out for 6 months. Like, who's going to play that role? Because I kind of feel like he was going to be like that Davion role. Davion played about 12 minutes a night. Like you said, that defender. They pretty much drafted him to replace that role. So similar to heights, similar roles for this respective team. So what do you think they're going to do as far as that? Who's going to be like that backup guy at the point guard position?
At this point, they're gonna have to go ahead and go find it, through hopefully through free agency at this point, because from my understanding and from what I've been reading, Monte McNair pretty much said the Kings are done as of right now, so quote unquote, with their trades. I don't know who else is on that roster that can probably go ahead and fit in because what you got rid of Sasha, you got rid of Davion. Who else is their guards that's over there besides Fox and Monk?
Well, the Kings recently they did sign Jordan McLaughlin.
Okay.
For him. I believe he played for Minnesota for a little bit. Not a high minutes guy, but veteran.
Right.
He averaged 4.4 points and 3.1 rebounds in 242 career games from 2019 to 24. So fairly young.
They're going to figure it out. They're going to probably go to free agency, man, and see what's out there on the market. And see who they might be able to go ahead and bring in, or possibly, like I said, look for another trade if you can, if you're willing to go ahead and make that move. But it's going to definitely be interesting to see who they fill in for him while he's out for those 6 months.
I'm assuming it's going to be Jordan McLaughlin.
Okay.
I'm assuming, but we'll see.
Right. If they don't make any moves.
And again, Keon Ellis is going to be probably off the bench along with Monk. Maybe Monk can kind of, play like the backup point. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Because we don't even know how many minutes Carter was going to get off the bench, or what his role was going to really be on this roster. So, but it does suck that he's going to be out for a little bit. Like I said, 6 months. I'm assuming January-ish, sometime after Christmas.
So he probably won't come. Yeah, it's probably to like All-Star break. All-Star weekend is probably when he'll come back.
February?
Somewhere around there if you want to go ahead and see. Yeah, probably February. A little bit before February, I'm thinking.
That's a huge chunk of the season, but you know.
That is definitely for sure
we'll
a big
see.
chunk of the season. But like, what are you going to go ahead and do from there?
Also, the Kings have lost 2 assistants. You know, we lost Jordy Fernandez to the Brooklyn Nets. He's now the head coach over at the Brooklyn Nets, and now we Lindsey Harding. She's now over there with the Lakers. But she had moved from the Kings bench, and she was the head coach out in Stockton for the Stockton Kings, I believe.
For the Stockton G League, yeah.
So she was kind of already off the bench. You know, but I think it's a great opportunity for her.
Definitely
go down
proud
there.
of her. I'm proud of both of them.
Yeah. I know she had. I was watching an interview with her recently. She has aspirations to be a head coach in like coaching men. So, you know that day is coming soon.
Well, yeah.
That day is coming soon for a woman to.
Right. No, definitely.
Becky Hammond, Don Staley. I think they're ready right now. Like those two.
Yeah. I agree. Definitely agree.
But now, congratulations to her. You know, I know she did a very good job.
Congratulations for sure
with our organization. But so yeah, losing a couple assistants. You know, new roster a little bit. You know, but I think the Kings will be all right. Like right now, I think that they're looking pretty good. I do want to touch on this last thing. Do you feel like the Kings should have made another trade before next season?
Right now, with the way the roster is constructed, I do like what they have going on, especially if you go ahead and get a more consistent play and shooting out of Kevin Huerter to fill in for that spot up three guard that, you know what I'm saying, they can go ahead and shoot. The way the roster is constructed right now, I feel like they can go ahead and probably roll to the season and be straight as of right now goes.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you can dangle the idea of him, you know, them going out. You dangle the idea of them going out and get Laurie, you know, possibly. But it's like, what are, you know, the teams going to go ahead and be willing? What are they willing to go ahead and give up in order to go ahead and get them in return? You know, and vice versa.
But do you see what Utah is asking for that guy?
A lot. And I know Keegan was supposed to be thrown in that whole little situation too as well. So I know the Kings are definitely not willing to part ways with Keegan out there. His third year?
And I like Laurie, but I mean,
I like Laurie too as well.
Definitely. What Utah's asking for, I'm like, ugh.
That's a lot.
Now, lastly, before we get up out of here, I want to give you a scenario. I don't want you to kind of like let me know, like, do you think it's something that could have worked? So we know we got rid of Deon, right? So he was like, you know, like our defending point guard, perimeter, you know, defender of guards or whatever. He moved on. What if you would have drafted Dalton Connect and you picked up a guy like Pat Bev to be like that veteran defender, because he's just kind of out there right now. Probably could have got him for dirt cheap, and you kind of like you could have got Connect to kind of be like another scorer off the bench. You know, coached him up to be a better defender, and then you still have Pat Bev, another locker room guy, veteran. You know, who's been around a lot of teams. I would say has a winning mentality.
Oh no, he definitely has a winning mentality for sure.
Do you think something like that could have worked? We're just kind of just hypothetically, like, you know. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I felt like, you know, in a Mike Brown system and him being that alpha dog, I told you that we kind of need, you know, somebody that comes in there with a little bit of toughness, you know what I'm saying, not going to back down from nobody, you know. Shout out to Pat Bev, though. He just signed a deal to go ahead and play overseas, you know, so, you know, I guess.
Did he sign that deal?
Yeah, he signed the deal. Yeah, he's overseas from what I've read, you know, so, you know, right now, as far as him being on an NBA roster, no. Could it possibly happen later on? For sure. I think that probably would have been a great pickup for the Kings as far as somebody veteran leadership, somebody's been to playoffs, you know, has been around the league for quite some time. And then, like, so you get another shooter in Dalton Connect that can go ahead and kind of help you out with Kevin Huerter. So if one of these guys are having an off shooting night, at least you know, okay, if Huerter is not going ahead and shoot good, then I know Dalton Connect's to go ahead and come in here and shoot good, or vice versa, you know. So I felt like that could have been something that could have helped them out, you know, but yeah, a veteran point guard, you know, that comes in there that has the tenacity, you know, and has the ability to go ahead and run the offense and knows how to play defense. I felt like, the Kings should have probably took a stab at that and just say, look, you know what? Let's see what he can go ahead and do. You know, we'll sign you for the veteran minimum and see.
Now, you even could have looked at that. Forget the Dalton Connect thing. You even could have looked at that with just picking him up knowing that Devin Carter was hurt. You know what I mean? Hey, sign him for a vet minimum, and you could waive him if it ain't working out by the time.
If it doesn't work out, right?
You know what I mean?
Right,
I wonder why they look at something like that, because it seems like they want that defending guard that can like be a pest to like the guys like the Currys and the Bookers, and
right.
It seemed like they want that guy. I feel like if you're just looking for somebody to kind of fill in the role till Carter gets back, and I feel like he would have been a good mentor.
It could happen. Yeah, it sure could have. I agree with you 100%.
Wonder why they didn't think of that. I don't know.
A lot of people tried to went ahead and use the service. It was just probably at that time what Pat wanted to go ahead and do. Do you want more minutes? Do you want more, a different experience? Go ahead and go play, overseas, possibly when you a European championship over there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that go into these players' heads when they look at different situations, as far as where they want to sign at, where they want to go ahead and move their families to and things of that nature. So who knows what his thought process was and, what the considerations were when he decided to say, hey, look, I'm going to go ahead and go over here and play overseas instead of me, latching on to another NBA team. But I think that probably would have helped out the Kings a little bit more. I said it gives them a little bit more of a defensive tenacity, man. You kind of need that in this league. Somebody pestering, somebody who can go ahead and apply pressure to like the Steph Currys, the Kyrie Irvings, or the Luka Doncic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody can go ahead and really get in here and probably be like, all right, you know what? He's going to get his little buckets here and there, but let me try to make it as miserable as possible for him. So that way it's not going to be as easy. Or let me go ahead and get inside his head to where he might play outside of his element, because of what I'm doing to him.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
I mean, it could have been a great pickup. I don't know the reason why he didn't sign, or with the NBA team, should I say. But, Mike Brown and them they probably should have looked at that. Be like, hey, look, let me see what you can possibly bring to the team.
That's something
you can easily be like, all right, start with us at the very beginning, go through training camp, go through the first part of preseason with this. And if it doesn't work, we can always go ahead and cut you. You're only here for the veteran minimum.
Yeah.
But it would have been great to see Pat Bev come to the Kings, for sure.
No, absolutely.